All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the BiggDro Show. All right, let's just jump right in to our first article, our first topic this week. Apparently, lobsters and crabs and octopuses have now been deemed sentient beings, which I had to look up, and a sentient being is basically a being that can perceive and feel pain. So apparently, the lawmakers are trying to make it illegal to boil these sentient beings, because you go into a fancy restaurant, they got lobsters there, and then they just take a live lobster and throw it in a boiling pot of water, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Like, kill the damn thing before you boil it alive. I don't even need somebody to tell me whether it's sentient or not. And to be honest with you, I eat meat, I eat steak, but the older I get, the more guilty I feel every time I do eat an animal. I think it's Mother Nature, right? To eat other animals and top of the food chain. So like I said, I do eat meat and fish and all these things. But if tomorrow you told me, hey, Brian, if you want to eat that hamburger, you have to go kill a cow. I tell you what, I don't think I'd ever have a hamburger again. I mean, if I couldn't just go through a drive-thru and get a cheeseburger, there's no way I'm driving out to a farm with my buddy. Like, yo, man, I really want McDonald's. He's like, yeah, me too. You want to go out to the farm? Yeah, you see that cow over there? Did you bring the sword? Oh, you know what? I forgot the sword. That's okay, man. I have a shotgun. I don't think we should use a shotgun on this cow. It looks like a friendly, nice cow. Well, what do you want to do? You forgot the sword. Well, I didn't have pockets today. But yeah, could you imagine? Hey, man, you want to get a hamburger and fries? Bring your sword. I'll bring my shotgun. We'll go slaughter Moo Moo over there. I'll meet you at the grill. I'm going to have to shower and get all the blood off me. No, I'm never eating a cheeseburger again. If I had to kill... I don't even like... sometimes people fish and they feel like they're a nice fisherman because they're like, well, I throw the fish back. Yeah. Real nice of you to hook a metal claw into a being's mouth, pulling on it, pulling them out of whatever they were doing, ripping the hook out of their bleeding mouth, throwing them back to where they were and being like, I'm such a good guy. I would never hurt an animal. I'm not going to eat it. I just wanted to fuck with it. I just wanted to mess up its entire day. So yeah, if you guys saw that Netflix documentary, My Octopus Teacher, it's about a guy who basically goes underwater every day for like a year stalking an octopus. I think they had a romantic relationship. Imagine dating a guy like that, ladies. George, where are you going? The octopus again? George, make sure you clean the sand off your feet. There's sand everywhere in this apartment. You hang out with that octopus more than you hang out with me, George. I'm a sentient being too. Leave me alone, okay? The octopus doesn't get on my ass every day like you. Stop being such an octopussy, all right? And that deck's not going to build itself in the backyard, George. Maybe the octopus can help you build the deck, George. It's got 8 arms. You've got 2. They're no use to me. Clean off the sand. Okay, so there is a dating app, a new dating app. How about that? I mean, none of the ones we have seem to work very well, at least for me. Actually, one of my best friends got married because he swiped right, met his wife on Tinder. I just can't. The dating apps just do not work for me. I don't even swipe anymore. Even when I match with somebody, I don't even get excited because I'm like, I'm going to write this person, hey, how are you? They're never going to respond. I think women get bombarded with too many guys on these dating apps. They're getting spoiled. And I'm bitter. But yeah, this dating app, let's see what we got here. Jesus, how long is this freaking article? So the dating app is Feeld, F-E-E-L-D. Ooh, they spelt it differently than the way it's normally spelled. So cool and hip of them. But this is an interesting dating app. It's actually for couples that want to bring more sexual partners into their coupledness. This dating app that lets couples hook up with other individuals or other couples, they're paying all their employees minimum $80,000. This is big news nowadays. Most employers are always trying to pay their employees as little as they can, but because we just went through what they call the Great Resignation, where a lot more people are leaving their jobs, working from home, working remotely, working for themselves, people that have companies, they have to treat their employees better and try and pay people what they're worth so that people don't leave. And there's just more competition these days, I suppose. If you're a couple and you're looking for a good time and more sexual partners, then hey, Feeld, go play the field, F-E-E-L-D. All right, guys, so next topic. Jack Dorsey is stepping down as the CEO of Twitter. He put out a statement It was an email, or he shared a screenshot of his email or a statement that he wrote, shared it via Twitter. Very appropriate. I don't know much about Jack Dorsey other than when I looked at photos of him. It looked like he kept getting less hair on the top of his head and more hair on the bottom of his head. He has like one of those goat beards. I have a great friend, got one of those big gray goat beards. A lot of women love beards, you know. Beards are in. He stepped down. I think Twitter is such an ugly, nasty place. I literally go on Twitter, and every time I go on Twitter, I start responding to people, and then I just have to delete my responses because I'm like, why am I gonna just start shouting into the universe at some random ignorant person? Like, I just don't want to deal with people on Twitter. I mean, Twitter is a place for you to make your ignorance public. And then on top of that, it's like, if you're not ignorant and you're, you know, a good person, even when you're tweeting things that are morally or ethically warranted, you still come across as preachy. I don't know. I like Twitter I like to get my news because it's all so current. And if you're watching, you know, a live sporting event or something, it's like, oh, I can see everybody commenting on it. You can get the most up-to-date. Twitter is right now. It's information. It's tons of it. So there's a lot of good about it, but there's also just a lot of stuff that I don't like. So if I was Jack Dorsey, I would have stepped down a long time ago, but I also wouldn't have grown Moses' beard on my face. So, hey, but I hope JD enjoys his, you know, we're on that basis now, you know, JD. But yeah, he stepped down. The new guy in charge, I think his name's Parag. And, you know, being the new CEO of Twitter is now his prerogative. Hey-o! Next topic. All right, this next topic is a doozy, but apparently sperm is being used for a plastic alternative. You heard me correctly. Sperm brings a whole new meaning to when somebody's like, hey man, would you like a bottle of water? No, I'm good. I'll take a glass of water, tap water if you have that. You get takeout. Would you like some plastic utensils? No, I'll just eat with my hands. Yeah. Apparently they're using the sperm from salmon. It's not making it much better. A little bit better than human sperm, but I don't know. And here's like the craziest part is if you use this plastic, it has to remain dry. So it's not going to be able to replace water bottles anyway, which to me is one of the biggest reasons to find an alternative for plastic. But I mean, I guess we use plastic, you know, in millions of applications, not just water bottles. It just is gross sounding, honestly. Like, you could be the smartest scientist in the world. You can be the most intellectual person, but I feel like people are still going to snicker behind your back. Like Dr. Genius over there with his sperm plastic. What's up, Sperminator? Come on, guys. I'm a serious scientist and doctor. I would appreciate if we left the jokes in elementary school. Whatever, Sperminator. It's amazing, too, the way they make this. Apparently, it's 2 strands of DNA from the sperm of a salmon combined with vegetable oil. I mean, is there nothing vegetable oil can't do? Anytime I cook, they're like, just put some vegetable oil in there. You're in the supermarket, you're like, oh, let me get some vegetable oil. Oh, this creates plastic when combined with sperm. Great. Yeah, let's get this vegetable oil, honey. The first sentence of the article. A new eco-friendly plastic made from salmon sperm has been invented by scientists in China. Only Chinese scientists would come up with this. This sounds like a Chinese invention. It's like they already blessed us with the beauty of sushi. They're like, hey, did you enjoy that salmon sashimi? Well, guess what else we can do with that sashimi? We can give you plastic utensils to go. So when you combine the strands of DNA from salmon sperm with a chemical in vegetable oil, it all binds together, gives you something that they now call hydrogel. Hydrogel. Maybe that's how they came up with the idea in Something About Mary. They were reading about this. They're like, oh, hydrogel. I could probably sculpt your hair pretty well. Hey, Cameron Diaz, we have an idea we'd like to run by you. Please come, sit down. So, Cameron, do you like sperm? How much do you like it? And anything against vegetable oil? And then the article says this. Though the team of Chinese scientists created their raw materials from salmon sperm, DNA carries the genetic code for every living thing on Earth. That's so crazy to think about. That we're all just part of a code. We have DNA. It's like we literally are computers, and DNA is our operating system. And with all that knowledge, we created plastic from sperm. And now the Nobel Prize goes to Wang Feng from China for giving us Sperm Plastic. Let's everybody give it up for Wang Fang. I remember when Sperm Plastic, they laughed and said, we couldn't do it, but you showed them. Wang, you showed them. You know, I just made up a name. I said Wang Fang because, you know, this is improv. I'm not trying to make fun of Asian people. That just sounds like an Asian name, right? Well, it turns out the guy that actually did this stuff, his name kind of sounds a little bit. His name's Daong Yang. I said Wang Fang. The damn guy's name is Daong Yang. Wang Fang, Daong Yang. So if you got offended at my improv name, go fuck yourself. What am I going to be, like a Chinese scientist made sperm plastic and call him Jim Smith? Jim Smith from China made sperm plastic. No, okay? It was Daong Yang. Daong Yang. I love Asian people, okay? Asian people gave us sperm plastic. And you know that's what everybody would call it too, right? If you started using that plastic. Is that the sperm plastic? You know, can I just get the regular plastic? Well, sperm plastic is better for our environment. Yeah, I love the environment. Can I just get the regular plastic though, still though? Hey, you're going to eat that. You're going to eat your meal from this sperm plastic bowl and you're going to like it. All right? Fine. Stupid Daong Yang. The best part is this plastic, it becomes recycled from just water. Like, that's how you break this down. So, you know, if you were using plastic, like you couldn't have plastic lawn furniture. You couldn't have like there's a lot of limits to this plastic. Clearly, it's not going to work as a straw. And look, even if sperm plastic worked as a straw, I'm not really wanting to slurp on that straw, if you know what I mean.